Hello, this is the business ethic class. Now we are in the week number 10, almost done with everything in this class. So it's time to be consistent and also be diligent in these last weeks so we can have success in the classes and in every other course that you have here in Reformed University. In the business ethic class, we have been talking about several aspects why we are developing ethic activities because you as an administrators are in charge of several aspects in organizations, including people, including how you manage the product or service in the organization for profit or non-profit area. It's also important to understand the principles, the standards of the honesty, empathy, and no harming others. It's some of the details that we take in consideration in order to develop ethical activities in business. And when I say in business, is in all the organization. And that also include our personal life because our personal life, our personal interests, belief, concepts, including our culture, our religion, our objective and subjective way to see the life impact drastically in the way we perform ethical activities. For sure, you know that several cultures consider some activities ethical or not, and also there are standards in the world that guide us during our lifetime and help us to develop ethical activities. When we talk about no harming others, when we talk about respect the equal rights of everybody, when we talk about respecting the beliefs, the religions, all the areas that we are used to do, all the activities that we are used to do, when we respect that and we take care of others as they are part of our own family, our own life, including in business. Because if you think about the business and the organizations and the cultures that you are more comfortable, is when you feel like you are really in family, that like you are really included. It's not only to be inclusive when we talk about inclusion, is that we are putting all the representations, different beliefs in one place, different thoughts, different ways to see the life. But when we say including, we are making others feel like part of the family, part of the group, part of the organization, part of the environment that we are dealing. So those are just a little some aspects about how important is ethics in our life, including business organizations. So let's talk a little bit about this week. This is again the week number 10, and we will be speaking about certain aspects that you are very familiarized, like the technology, how the technology is impacting our businesses, how the technology is impacting our business concept, business ideas, our organization, our behavior as individuals. Because if we put the example that we always talking about, the artificial intelligence, how it's modifying the way that you do the things, the way that you do one assignment, the way that you develop projects, business. Now, in my personal business, I can look using the artificial intelligence, what are the tendencies, what the people is looking for, what kind of ideas are most interesting, engaging, how I can make my customer be more engaged with my business. So it's a real benefit to have artificial intelligence. It's a real blessing for all of us because we are using the tools in our favor. But here comes the dilemma. So how we really use the tools in our favor when we have everything in our hand possible to make the things happen, but the situation is how we also challenge our mind, how we also do the things right. in simple words, how we can do the things right, having all of this amount of data, all of this amount of help, all of this amount of information to use it in our favor, being smart with that, but also being fair, exercising our mind and exercising our right to take decisions. Because if we think about a certain tool that is giving us benefit, like is artificial intelligence, which is not a secret for us, and it's good that you know the tools, it's good to use it. I won't tell you don't use it. It's just we can use it in a proper way, that we can obtain benefits in every single aspect, being honest, avoiding, for example, plagiarism, but also being productive and using again and again and again the tools in our favor. Have to share my screen with you here in the chapter number 10, changing work environment and future trends. And if you think about, let me put this bigger a little bit, maybe you can see it better. If you think about another topic that we are always talking is how the COVID impacted the business environment, the organizations, the academics. Majority of you never been in the Reformed University in person, because once you start with the Google Meeting sections. So you didn't have the opportunity to go in person. And now we are coming back in person, doing something very different that it used to do. Some of you were taking class on the car, running your errands, and now you have to stop your life for one day or more to be in person in the school. So everything changed drastically, and we never detect, we never figure it out how important will be the impact, taking in consideration the COVID in our life, how that changed in terms of telecommuting, commuting, network teams, technology. Now, for example, some of you that knows about how the remote work has changed. If you look the federal government in United States, you can see many positions that change drastically the performance, how they work, because the remote work that now it's being common. It's common more than ever. A lot of experts were saying that in 10 years, the things will change in terms of remote work, telecommuting, all of these kind of activities. But because this situation that we had, the pandemic emergency, health emergency, now everything that will happen 10 years later just happened now. Because if you can tell, a lot of the high percentage of individuals that are, avoiding the commuting. And when I say commuting, is transportation, driving, going to another place, another office to work. You and me as business owners too must have this in our minds, because and now this is a term that you will see on the activity, gig economy. It's not nothing from the past, but now you will notice, stay on the call. That's the situation when you are recording the lessons and you are, talking here by yourself. Anyway, so we are saying that all the situation avoid the commuting, and now we are talking about telecommuting. What is that? Working from home, remote work, right? Everything using the technology in order to develop our regular jobs. And I was saying, like you and me as business owners, we can have this in mind, the gig economy. Now, for example, if you need a web page, when we talk about gig economy, I just find a person that is expert in web design, web developer, and I just pay for this job, just pay for this project. That's what gig economy means. Now more individuals working in this environment as providers for a special project. For example, if I manage digital marketing like I do, in the economy, I just will be hired, or I just will hire somebody based on just develop the digital marketing for me. And also, we are speaking about giving results. Some people it's more attracted to the salary, how much they will pay me, how is my vacation. The market change, people. That's why the goal is that you become productive individuals. It doesn't matter if it's your business or it's not your own business. You are individuals that provide value to the organizations that you are. You are a business owner. You are providing value to your community, to your customer. You are in charge of non-profit organization. You are providing value to the community, because now we are talking about results instead of time. I give 8 hours, that's all I got. Or I just want to have a small business, I want to have a big business to just be free and not do anything. This is not true at all. When you have your own project, it's 24 hours commitment. You have a commitment with your customers, you have a commitment with the society, and the ones that are entrepreneurs and business owners, or that you have been entrepreneur and business owners, will understand how tough, how hard, how difficult is the commitment to deal 24 hours with a project. But when you are really passionate about this project, you don't really care, because you are committed to provide value with the passion that you have. That's why it's very important to follow those dreams, those passions, to serve, because as soon as you're committed to serve, don't worry, you will get all the resources as soon as you are consistent and you put time, dedication in the project that you are working. Of course, I don't want that you put in your mind that everything is easy or difficult. It's as easy or difficult as you want. As soon as you work, as soon as you are committed, as soon as you put all your effort and you put a mindset focus in being successful. And why I say mindset, the thinking, because this is the most important. I can show you many books and I can show you a lot of things, and you can study 300 hours, but if you don't believe, if you don't have the mindset, if we don't have the mindset, it will be impossible. So we need to believe that those projects will work, right? That's why your belief, your mindset is gold. And it's the first thing that we need to take care, and then the rest. The information, education, obtaining data, learning about how to make the things happen, and of course, putting action in make the things happen, because without action, there is no mindset that works. Of course, here what you are seeing ideas, we have seen these ideas in the class in the past, is you are seeing here a herb garden in Google headquarters. What is this? Adapting these new ideas in your workplace. That's important, because you as an administrators will be taking care of others. And if you have ideas, if you have this mindset about how to make the workplace better, how to make like here, boasts a 4-story cafeteria. Likeness of the apple rings provide sense of the scale of the building. All of these kind of ideas, it's belonging sense. You will create in your employees this sense of belonging. They feel welcome, they feel included, and you will make others feel included in your organization as soon as you develop an environment that is welcoming and that is eager to learn, focus in the learning, focus in the community, all of that kind of things, good things that we always talking in the courses. Those characteristics that you have as individual, the employees feel they can, develop themselves in the organization that they belong. And that's your commitment. And as administrator, as business owner, as manager, as you name it. It doesn't matter that you don't have a huge position. I don't care about that, because as soon as you are committed, you will get all these responsibilities. And if you're not interested in responsibilities, it's fine too. It's fine if you're not interested in leading others. It's fine too. As soon as you are committed with your purpose, with your dream, with how you will add value to the society that you belong. It's very important to think on these people. Even if what you think is kind of hedonist concept, because I am sure in the hedonist concept you find a way to make others stronger, rich, better life, and better environment. What I'm talking about. Some of you tell me, I just want to travel. I just like to travel. And that's all I care. Fine. That's good. If you're just interested in traveling in your life, that's good too, because with traveling, you can make other life better, other life rich, and you don't know what the future have for you. If you, let's say that you start a project with traveling and you start to take photographies with traveling and you start to upload these traveling pictures in the social media. That's a project, right? Just posting pictures of the place you go. You don't know tomorrow if you create a community, which is possible with these concepts, to create a community that you can engage, doing the proper thing in this area, and you can actually improve the life of others with all of these concepts that you communicate with the traveling. You can go others to places that they maybe never will be, because you are there, right? Maybe your environment, the place where you live, when you go out of your door, even inside of your door, the people that it's outside maybe streaming to visit those places, maybe streaming to see this environment. But if you don't share the talents that you have, if you don't share, the commitment that you have, it's hard, right? So let's think about this. Let's think about here in the picture in the screen, you are seeing people having like personal time, families, reading, enjoying nature. These kind of activities are the ones that we can promote in our organizations, and you as administrator can promote in yourself with the gig economy, which is based on the projects, developing a project. Remember that you as business owner or as an administrator, as employee or employer, will create, or just contractor, will create an environment for you and for others which is more tend to work-life balance. That's what we need to work with, work-life balance. And we came from countries that part of the life is never touched, right? Is not developed, because I come like a lot of you, from a culture that is just work, 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 and forget about the rest. It's just to produce because that's what we have to, right? But if we can, develop these activities that can allow us to have better life, like the gig economy. I do a project and I produce and I work for my project that I am doing as contractor, employee, or any other thing. I can have this time. I hope it's understanding what I'm trying to communicate, but in simple words, you as an administrator promote a safe and balanced environment to your employees with certain activities or strategies. This is one. And two is that you as individual are able to promote this work-life balance in you. I know I always push you to work hard and follow your passion, follow your dream, and this is correct. But following the passion, following what you love is also a way that you can develop, like you can promote the own balance in you. Long story, right? Maybe we can take forever talking about this. Maybe you hear about this before, but again, you have we have double responsibility. You as an administrator, because we are talking about your personal life balance and also how you promote this in the workplaces. Okay, so it's the main idea I want to communicate to you. Let me show you again the screen so you can see the pictures and see the content that I want to transfer to you. And this is also something that amazed me, because before the COVID, I talked to you about this over and over because this is so special. The way, like some institutions that were more rigid and more specified, like the federal government is changing, and now there are many positions and areas that you can serve to the government in your own house, in your own home, remote. It's amazing. So this is something that again and again I say that because you as an administrator maybe will promote this in your workplaces. For example, if you hire employees or also hire contractors for develop certain projects. Okay, so have this in mind. Have this in mind in this part, right? So this is kind of the information that we have. Um, this is here in the screen. You will see the difference between the employees and non-employees, contractors, freelancers, gig workers. So you can use the three words to say the same. Okay, so synonymous: contractors, freelancers, the gig workers, the same. So remember, they are focused in the part-time, multiple employers, clients. So for example, if I provide digital marketing, I can provide service to a brand that is focused in the fashion, but also I can provide service a brand that is focused in beauty, but also I can have another brand that is jewelry or another brand that is school. So all of this. Multiple employers, no benefits. There is no benefits when you are developing contractor, freelance, or gig workers projects. Employment taxes must be paid entirely and by employee. So that means you are in responsibility for taxes. But if we are employees, so you have your employees in your business, we are talking about full-time, single employer, usually benefits. And benefits, when I'm talking about benefits, for example, healthcare, etc., we are talking about the 401k, which is very popular in the commerce, where people can save for their retirement, for later. Also, we have employment taxes are split between employee and employer. You know this part. There are different models. Some of you will be attracted to one than other. That's okay too. That happens. Is follow what is best for you. Tomorrow you can change your idea. It's not big deal. Don't feel bad if tomorrow you change and you are working for a business and tomorrow you say, I'm going to start my own project, and you can work in both projects at the same time. That's something I do, and I am so happy to do it. So, but also remember that the best way to grow and that will help you is developing your own projects. Will help you in your personal life and also in the commitment that you have in your life. In your life, because everybody have something to contribute. And doing your own projects is when you discover your passions, how you contribute to others, how you can supply to others in many things. Robotics, artificial intelligence, and the workplace of the future. Exciting to talk about this. The other days I was in a restaurant and actually I posted a video because that amazed me. A robot bring my food and put it on the table. That's the how a lot of things are changing. I know that maybe a lot of you are, a lot of you maybe are accustomed to this. You saw this in the past, robots taking your food and all of this, and maybe you must have many stories on how your interaction with robots, right? So I had just this interaction in terms of many, right? If we think about, now I'm thinking, so we can say many, but if this robot bringing me the food in the table was so amazing, actually, I don't know if it's pertinent because I don't know if somebody will see this, but I have the video. And it was so interesting how the robots are in the society right now. Actually, if I go to one of my social media, I can show you the experience with the robot right now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In simple words, the market changed drastically. And if you can recall all the experience that you have with, robots and stuff like that, you will notice when you call a company that you see machine answer your call. So many things change already and more things will change. I'm just looking the robots here for you. So some things will keep changing and some positions will keep disappearing. Some positions will keep disappearing because the impact of the technology in our lives. Proposals that you can make with proposals. This is the famous video I had with the robot, and I just wanted to share with you. Yeah, here you can see taking the food and bye. That was so interesting, right? So I know you have plenty of stories with the robots. Anyway, people, what else we have? So this is more or less what we have here in this week. Let me keep seeing here your presentation. In terms of artificial intelligence, it's very important that you can use the ideas just in order to be, no copy. No copy. It's not necessary. Don't copy. In simple words, don't copy. You can analyze the information, process it, and use it in your favor. I know that you are thinking many things. If you hear that, you will think many things about why I cannot. No copy. Don't copy. Don't copy. It's not necessary. So here you will see something that says manner should balance multiple variables as the workplace moves toward increased use of artificial intelligence, automation and robotics. The values, the cybersecurity of the company, pace and extent of the automation process, how fast we adapt all of these technologies, retraining and empowerment of workers. It's important because now the technology change. We need to make sure everybody understands the process. Issues to be considered when expanding the use of artificial intelligence. That's that you see in this part. So if you open the activity, basically you will see the concepts for this one. When you open activity 10, you will see it. All the questions here. We keep doing all of this in classroom too, like we always do. It's just to complete this. Remember, we talk about telecommuting, the benefits for that, the telecommuting, right? In work at home. All of these part of questions that you see are in the activity 10. We will do also in classroom. Don't feel shy and complete it. I'm going to let you to complete it. And for next week, we verify our results and we take action with this. Okay, so it's always good to try, right? And next we can perfection details if we need to. Okay, so what else we have in general? Oh, very important because we are almost done. Remember, just 5 weeks left. 5 weeks left. And in these weeks, upcoming weeks, in the week 15, we will have final activity with a lot of questions. So I want that everybody put these brains to work together and have a good experience with this activity. Okay, so what else? This is the moment when I ask, tell me comments and tell me something. There is nobody here. It's just myself. It's a pleasure always have opportunity to teach you and tell you something. It doesn't matter if it's short or long. It's an honor to be part of your life a little bit. And that's it. Keep doing good, keep being bright, and keep doing the best in your life because you never regret of having high standard. Having high standard in your life will always compensate you in many aspects, including resources. Yes. So it's very important that part. Have a great rest of the day and thank you.